Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start out by giving all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, who teach and rule well, teaching 100% truth. And peace, love, blessing, salutation to the sincere argument, walk for our listening in on this truth and pushing in this truth, trying to make that calling of election sure. And Shalom to the brothers pushing in truth across the four winds of the earth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. May the calling of election be upon our homes. All right, Shalom. And hey, man, I'm just really coming back. Just wanted to dive into a quick lesson, man. Going into the fact that, hey, man, being in this truth, we gotta constantly um work on our behavior, man. And just making sure that we doing, you know, everything we supposed to be doing that come forward with being in this truth, man. And that we not, still living in, the spirit of that old man, and that we constantly renewing that new man daily, man, and building ourselves in the spirit, man, and just, like I said, man, making sure our behavior is intact. So I just wanted to bring out a couple precepts on this topic, man, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. First and foremost, I want to start off with Ephesians 5 and 15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, man." Because guess what? The Lord has given us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we can be able to move, in a righteous way, man. Move in a way that's according to how the Lord wants us to be moving, man, and not according to the vibration and wickedness of this world, man, that is ran under a wicked vibration. But that we can be, renewed in the mind, to walk in the ways, like I said, is pleasing to Yahweh Shah. It say verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And what do we know, man? We living in some very perilous times, man. Going back to Second Timothy, if I'm not mistaken, we living in them bad times, man, dangerous times, man. You know. So knowing that, man, hey, we should be out here walking with wisdom, man, and making sure that our behavior is intact, man, and that we ain't, out here following the deeds of the flesh, man, and following the ways of this society, you know, that we're not caught up in the ways in this society. Let me say it like that, and that you constantly building your spirit through this truth, man, and you ain't getting too sidetracked off what's going on in Babylon and the Great, man, with being around niggas or your woman or, your job or any of that, man, that it's not to a point where you putting worldly things, more into an aspect than you do this truth, man. Because we know that we living in these evil times, man, a time where all this stuff is about to go. So we need to be walking with wisdom. Verse 17, it say, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, man. And for us men, it's like the scripture say, to you men I have called, man, for the will of the Lord, man, is that, hey, we do this work, man. We push this word, man. And that we constantly, build ourselves spiritually in the mind to prepare ourselves for Jacob's trouble, man. Constantly building up your spiritual foundation, man. Not no carnal foundation, man. A spiritual foundation. So let's move on to another precept. Describe this. Second Peter 3, and I'll start from verse 10. Matter of fact, I'll start from verse 9. Second Peter 3 and 9. It say, "The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance," man. And that's what the main thing about coming to the truth, man, that you repent for your sins, man, and you come back to the Lord, man, and try to do right, and you try to clean yourself up, man, you know, and coming apart with that, man, you gotta apply these scriptures into your life, man. You got to apply this word that been given to you, man, into your day-to-day life, man. You know? And you can't be still reacting as the nigga you once were when you was back in the world, man. No, you got to use this wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you may make righteous decisions, man. You know, and not carnal and wicked decisions, man, that the people in this world will make. It say, verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So we know that the Lord is about to completely melt this place, man. He said the elements are going to be melted with fervent heat, man, and everything majority in this place, man, is made of elements, man. So that means the Lord's going to completely, burn this place all the way down, man. We know that America is going to be a lake of fire, man. You know. But the point being, verse 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Verse 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, where when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So, hey, man, what manner of person are you out to be, man? And that's going into your like I said, man, your behavior. You shouldn't be out here walking as a fool, man, and walking as, a nigga, man, Or for you women, man, you women in this truth, man, you should still be having that same type of harlot queen spirit, man, that you had in the world, man. No, man, we should be, constantly, building ourselves in this fight, man, building ourselves in this faith and this truth, man, being spiritually minded about all things. As a matter of fact, with that draws me to, let's go to this. Ephesians, because this is not a fleshly battle, man. Ephesians 6, and I think it starts at verse 10. It say, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Verse 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man. And how you going to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man, if you resulting in carnality, man, and you're not resulting in the spiritual battle, man. You're not resulting in a spiritual mind, man. Because that's what this is. This is a spiritual battle, man. This is not a fleshly battle, man. And if you coming in after your flesh, man, hey, you're gonna ultimately lose this battle. We got, because the whole armor of the Most High is what? The spirit of the Lord, man. The spirit of this truth, man. This wisdom, this knowledge, man. That's that armor that's going to keep us protected, man. It say verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. That's what we battling against, man. And the only way that you're going to be able to combat with those things, man, is if you being spiritually minded, man, through this truth. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Verse 14, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, man. You see that? The Lord said, have your loins girt about with truth. He didn't say have your loins girt about with your gun, or or with your machete, or your shotgun, or your fist, or any of those carnal things, man. The Lord said have your loins girded with truth, man. Because this is what's going to be our defense, man. This truth, this understanding. That right. Hey, Lord willing, our righteousness over seeding the wickedness that we done, man. The Lord show favor to have mercy on us, man. That he deliver us through spiritual works, man. Not anything carnal, man. Matter of fact, let's go to Romans. I believe it's Romans. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, it's Romans 8. We're gonna go up a little bit. It say I'll start from verse 2. It say, for the law of the spirit of life and Hamashiach Yahushua have made me free from the law of sin and death. Because because the law, hey, because the laws that the law, a lot of laws and things that we follow in this world, man, hey, leads us to do sin and death, man, and it leads us to go off, man. But the Spirit of the Lord, His ways, and His laws, man, hey, it's life, you know. And that's what you're supposed to be dwelling amongst in, man, and meditating in, man, understanding the full ways of Yahweh Shah, man, and moving circumspectly in the way that the Lord would want you to move, man, and not moving and leaning onto your own understanding, man, which us being in this flesh, man, to cause you to go off. It say verse 3, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending His Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. Verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Verse 5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit, man. So if you catching yourself doing a lot of fleshly and carnal-like things, man, hey, you need to check yourself, man. If you catch yourself always resorting strictly to your flesh and you don't never discern things through the Spirit, man, you need to check yourself, man. And I'm also speaking to myself, man, because hey, this is hey, no one is exempt, man. In its truth, the Most High say that judgment is going to begin at the house of the Most High, man. Starting with the ones who know this truth, man. So we got to make sure that, hey, as I read, man, what amount of person are you ought to be? We got to make sure our behavior is on point. We got to make sure that we are sharpened up and that we on point, man. Because the Lord not playing. It say but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. Verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. That's just point blank period, man. And there's nowhere around it, man. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, man. That's what's going to give you that life, man. That's what's going to give you to teach you the ways to walk circumspectly and walk as wise, man, and not as fools, man. Being spiritually minded, man. You being carnally minded, you're going to walk as an unwise fool, and ultimately it's going to lead you to death. And that's just how it is. It say verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. Verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High, man. Because if you in the flesh, you're going to ultimately be carnally minded. So that's why I said, man, we got to constantly check ourselves, man, and reprove ourselves, man, and reprove brothers, man. If we see brothers doing certain things or going off in a certain type of way, man, reprove brothers, man. As the scriptures say, iron sharper iron, man. You got to keep brothers on point, man, with just as much as yourself, man. Because all this thing is about, man, is being in tune with the Spirit, man. Using spiritual discernment, man, in this world, man. That the maneuver, through the wickedness of this world, man. It say verse 9, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. Verse 10, and if Hamashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. So that's what's ultimately, gonna pull you into that righteousness, man. Being spiritually minded, man. And staying on top of your game, man. Watching, being sober minded, As a matter of fact, let me grab another precept on that. Ephesians, I believe it's Salakia. 1 Peter. 5:17, I believe. Let's go there. Yeah, it say, I'll start from verse 5. From verse 6, Salakia, 1 Peter 5:6. It say, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. Verse 7, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Verse 8, Be sober. Be sober. Be sober, man. We got to be sober and staying on our watch. And let's go into that word, what the Lord mean by sober. Because it wasn't talking about drinking, man. You know? Let's go into that. Oh, Salakia. Oh. Let's go back into that. Salakia. Oh, yeah. Let's go into that word, man, and see what the Lord meant, man. To be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit. You see that? The Lord say to be sober is to be calm and collected in spirit. To be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. You know, all that ties into what I'm speaking on, brothers. We gotta be circumspect, man. We gotta be collected in the spirit, man. You go down here to the Strong's. They say be sober, watch. You know, watching, redeeming the times. You know, stand on your watch, man. And watching yourself, man, watching your behavior, watching how you react to certain things, watching what you spend your time indulging too much to in, you know. That's what we gotta constantly do through the spirit, man, you know. Cause you don't never want to get to the point to where, hey, you find yourself slipping a lot and you can't even tell, man. That's a scary thing, because ultimately, man, the Lord will snatch you out this truth, man. And give it to someone who's gonna be all the way in for it, man. You got to be all the way rooted in, man. This is the time for playing is over with, man. We getting closer and closer to the end of this thing, man. The doors of mercy are closing in, man. The doors of grace, man. So it's at the time, man. We gotta really be on point on how we moving in this truth, man. You know. Because like the Lord said, man, though righteous man follows 7 times, he get back up. We know that going to that 7 is completion. But hey, man, you can't allow yourself to just keep falling, man. You know, even though we know we got to get back up, man. But it's certain things, man, that we can change within ourselves, man, that we can work on and push forward to, man. So we don't always, you know, make those mistakes to fall. You don't want to just purposely just be falling out here, man. You know, you got to put the effort in to try to stand as much as you can, man. Even though, hey, all brothers on different walks, man, you know, and we all go through different scenarios, man, but you know, we still gotta try our best, man, to stay rooted in with the spirit, man, you know, and not letting anything get us thrown off the mission, man, of what the Lord set us up to do. Cause it's it's very easy to get distracted, man. Very easy to get distracted, man. It's hard, you know, to try to be all in, man. You know, be in the spirit, man. You know, but it's easy to get distracted, man. Which I'm not saying. I'm basically saying, like, you know, it's very more easy for Satan to try to jump on you, man, and make you, you know, result in a carnal or you know, fleshly way, man, than it is for a brother to just think, you know, dang, let me, you know, apply this. But that's what we got to work on, man. We got to make sure that, you know, we constantly locked in on our mind that, you know, we can automatically result to thinking through the spirit, man. And not in a worldly, fleshly way. Yeah, that's basically what I want to read on that. So let's go back and finish reading. It say, First Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And we know that's true, man. You know, and the last thing we want to do is to get caught up in Esau's web, man. You know, to get caught up in that wrath of Esau that he's about to bring down, you know, on these people, man. That ain't on their watch, man. That ain't got, you know, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know, that ain't paying attention to and redeeming the times, man. Which we know that's gonna be 2/3 of our people, man. So hey, man, hey, basically, I feel like the point was made, man. Hey, I'ma just leave it out there, man. I'ma just leave it right there, man, with that. Hey, Lord willing, you was edified. And until the next time, I want to close out giving all glory, honor, infinite praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from, who teach and rule well, teaching 100% truth. And peace, love, blessing, salutation to the sincere argument Akwaf who are listening in on this truth and pushing in this truth, trying to make that calling of election sure. And shalom to the brothers pushing this truth across the four winds of the earth. And shalom to the hopeful elect. May the calling of election be upon our homes. Till the next time, I want to say wah ba ba ba. Bob Kasha, Bob Kasha, Bob Kasha, Bob Kasha, Abba Abba, Karam Yasharala. Hey man, keep the faith. Shalom.